Good day, beautiful soul family, and welcome back to On Another Level. And Divine Spirit had put this upon me, was really showing me this. And it's the question, you know, as you look at TV programming, right? You see the actors and the actresses, okay? And you see the news, you see the senators, you see all these different things. Whatever you're seeing on television, telling lies to your vision, it's like the Divine Spirit was showing me that we're in the audience. In order to watch these, we have to be sitting down or laying down, or we are at a position of not moving. And as we're looking at the television, we are seeing people in movement. We are seeing actors and actresses and entertainers. We're seeing the news. We're seeing commercials. We're seeing so many people in movement. And the thing about it is that those that we are watching in movement, it's an illusion. Or is it? You see, in the past, it used to be where the actors and the thespians, okay, the thespians were bringing matters that were actually happening in life on the screen. It's how it was supposed to be, I guess. Even in the music was supposed to be based off of something that was happening or is happening or will be happening. And we're able to relate to it, we're able to connect with it. But nowadays, music doesn't have a real it's there is not much of a connection where you are able to truly feel. I love listen. I like listening to opera. I listen to all different types of music. And Pavarotti, I love listening to Pavarotti. But the thing is that animals connect to Pavarotti. I've seen in different videos where there are animals that will wait and watch and listen and howl to the music. I encourage you to listen to real music, classical music, opera. If you don't know one, a real famous one is Pavarotti. Listen to classical music of Bach and Beethoven, Mozart. Listen to soul jams. Listen to jazz. Try to, listen to country. Listen to instrumentals. Listen to vocals that has meaning. They're still out there. They're the classics. Because what's going on right now, really, can you relate to it? Does it push you to ask yourself what's going on? So we look at movies, commercials, sitcoms, and it's like, who's really living? Divine Spirit is telling me that all these people that you see on the screen, it's right there in front of your face. And most of them got there by the same means. And you have to say, wait a minute. Have I taken a path of the masses and I'm sitting and watching others live an illusion? Because you see them movement, but it's an illusion. It's not real. And the real aspects of life is sitting on the sidelines, sitting and watching. Sadly enough, it dawned on me. I was like, I've done a lot. I've been in the military. I've written books, graduated college, have a family, been married, been widowed, been divorced. I wear many hats. I've tried to own my business. I'm still working on that. Learning lessons, growing, been in hermit mode, out of hermit mode, back in hermit mode. And there's just so many things going on in our individual lives. Taking a path that is far less chosen is not exciting, but it is delivering. At least I'm not sitting on the sidelines. And sometimes I say, wow, I thought things would be a little more better than this. Sometimes I do. But then I say, you know what? I'm not of the world. So the accolades of the world will not be a part of my life. It's not part of my journey. So then I take a look at what is in my life. Divine Spirit is in my life. I am fulfilling my purpose. It may not be millions of dollars. I might not have my own commercial. I may not have this and I may not have that. But thankfully, what I do have, it really matters most. So then I look at the screen. I watch TV by projector. But I look at the screen and I say, there are three paths. There's a path that is far less chosen. There's another path. Well, actually, there's not three, there's two. Okay. Well, actually, yeah, there's three. I'm looking at three paths. This is what Divine Spirit is showing me. I'm looking at a path that is far less chosen. Usually, we talk about two paths. Usually, I talk about two paths, but there are three paths. There's a path where you go to the true north, which is straight up. Then there's to the right where you are deciding to be in stagnation mode, constantly going throughout your life, not fulfilling your purpose by any means. You can have a secular job and still fulfill your purpose. At the present standing, as you begin your purpose, it may not produce money, but it produces something so much more greater. And then there is the other path where you agree upon the contract to have money and so called love, which is not. Divine Spirit was talking to me about this, and I didn't know if I was going to upload it because another video was taken down for whatever reason. And the thing about it is, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to upload this video, but Divine Spirit was telling me, listen, the sun, the moon, and the stars, and the earth are your gifts. Do not worship your gifts. Be grateful for your gifts, but don't put it a pedestal. Don't put a pedestal on it. And Divine Spirit was telling me that people who know of their gifts or know of their power, they go through different stages. Like a child goes through different stages. So at first you don't know of your gifts, then you come to a point of knowing your gifts. So then you're happy about your gifts and your talents, right? And even in the Bible it talks about talents. There's a man that gave out talents and then he went away on a journey and he came back to see what they were doing with their talents. Some that had a lot of talents, they did all that they could, they shared it, they talked about it. And the one that had one talent hid it and was trying to quote unquote preserve it. When the man came back from his journey, he went and he took that talent and he gave it to the ones that were producing more with their talents. Now, what I was looking at was you have talents and you have gifts and you have purpose, and to utilize it and not to hide it. Divine Spirit is giving me more information that, there are people who, when you have purpose and you choose the world because maybe it makes you money, or your purpose, your talents is not something that's popular, and so therefore you don't do it. When you have a purpose and you actually do it, you move forward with faith. Is it easy? No, it's not easy. But when you choose templates of the world, when you bring on those contracts, when you decide to be in the audience instead of being active in your own life on the road that is far less chosen, it's like you are keeping your talents hidden. And so when a man comes back from the journey, your talents get taken away. Also, Divine Spirit was showing me about the total opposite, about people who have talents and they utilize it, but they worship it. It's the opposite end of the spectrum, to where you're hiding it or you have it and you worship it more than the one that gave it to you. And so the ending is the same outcome. The Divine Spirit gave us these gifts, gave us the sun, the moon, the stars, the earth, but we are not to worship it. We are to understand how it's complementary to us. And the only one that we should worship is Divine Spirit. And it's just interesting, it really comes into play. We see those people on the screen and we're like, wow, they're doing great things, but they're really living a life of illusion, because behind the scenes we don't know who these people are and we don't know who they worship. We don't know what contracts they signed in blood. We don't know. But their distractions are so deep that it causes us to take our eyes off of ourselves, to where we're stagnated and watching people, quote unquote, live and move. And the question is that who's actually living? Is the illusion living, or are we? As we continue to have computers on a pedestal, is it computers that are living our lives? And we're taking the orders, or are we giving the orders to these computers? It's really interesting how there is a shift of that of which is an illusion and that of which is real. And so it boils down to, it's like, what path are we going to take? Are we going to sit in the sidelines? Or are we just going to be onlookers, real watchers? Or are we going to go within with self love, self care, self nurture, disconnect from the world, and connect back to divine spirit and fulfill our purpose? Yes, in this world, that is a path far less chosen, because it's about relying on divine spirit and not relying on the world and its illusions. So, beautiful soul family, these are just things to get you thinking. How am I on the sidelines? Am I watching others? And do I like what I see? Am I even relating to it? Is it all of a sudden that the thespians are telling me how to be? And these are questions that we have to ask ourselves because we have the power. We still have the power, but it's to understand our power and how we utilize it in our life to bring forth a beautiful change. So, beautiful soul family, this is all that I have. Have a beautiful and wonderful day. Namaste.